Hey guys, it's me, Malibu Darby. Welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about getting your YouTube coins, getting paid from YouTube and Instagram, being a micro influencer, if you can get paid, how you can help get paid, tips and tricks, things I've learned from being a micro influencer, and just stuff like that. I watch some videos like this from really big YouTubers and smaller ones, and I always learn a lot. And I thought, you know, there's somebody who probably can learn something from a video I make. So here we are. So I'm gonna do my makeup. We're gonna talk about micro influencing. We're gonna talk about YouTube subscription views and payments and sponsorships and partnerships and things that you can do to make yourself look more valuable and whatnot while I do this look. So if you would like to learn about how to get this money or just see me do my makeup, if you're like me, watching people do their makeup is therapeutic, whatever floats your boat. If you would like to do any of those, please stay tuned. Before we jump into that, please go ahead and subscribe, hit the subscription button, hit the bell so you can always know when I post. You can hear me say this a lot, but I'm trying to get a consistent posting time. Like, I want to post the same time every week and give y'all at least one video a week, maybe two. But anyways, let's go ahead and get right into that. Okay, so I'm gonna do my brows on camera, so bear with me. I'm gonna try to talk through this while we do this. I'm gonna try not to ramble too much, but I feel like this is a topic that I want to talk about, so this could go anywhere. So basically, this, I don't know what necessarily inspired this video, but I've seen a couple videos on like micro influencers and influencers, or people have asked me like, how do you know, grow your subscribers? Which, not to say that I have like a million, I still have a very small channel, but I have been like authenticated, verified, whatever it is when you can start getting paid from YouTube. And I know people have asked me about that, and I definitely have some notes on, let me make sure I actually do my makeup, have some notes on, I guess, things that are helpful for you to know as far as if you are looking to get paid from YouTube, or if you are looking to start a YouTube channel or have a YouTube channel and maybe you haven't hit that mark yet. So first of all, I guess I'll start with like YouTube and getting paid from YouTube. So I always tell people, if the reason you want to start a YouTube is to get paid from YouTube, don't start a YouTube. Not that you can't one day get paid from YouTube, but I think that's a bad reason to start it. And I think that shows through in your videos when that's the reason you do it. Which is why, honestly, like, if I'm not feeling it, which is why I don't have like a every Tuesday and Friday I'm gonna upload at this time. Because depending on how life went that week, if I'm not feeling it, I don't want to like force out a video just to force one out. I am going to say I do want to start doing a consistent time of the week. If you have any suggestions on like when you usually like to watch videos, or like a day that you think would be best, leave that in the comments on what day you're interested in seeing, because I do want to start doing a weekly upload. One to begin with, one weekly upload. I'm just trying to figure out like what the best day. But anyways, so don't do it for money. So it used to be that the way that YouTube worked was, I think you had to have, as long as you had a certain number of subscribers, essentially you could start getting paid with a certain number of subscribers and a certain number of hours that you had to have like cumulatively on your channel. I remember the day I was about to get like verified or whatever you call it on YouTube, and I think the day before I was like literally like 7 minutes from the time that you needed, and then the next day YouTube changed what their requirements were. Now it's, you have to have like 10,000 view hours in the last 12 months and this and that, and it's a little harder. And some research, because I'm an analyzer, some research I did was because it was a whole thing with like people essentially scamming and fake views and stuff like that as to how people were getting paid from YouTube. So they made it a little bit harder, especially for small channels, to get paid from YouTube. So I would always say, make sure you are reading up on what it takes from YouTube, because they do update their policies constantly. And my eyebrows getting crazy because I'm trying to talk to y'all. It's just important to know basically what you're getting into, and because you can go from being a channel that is eligible for monetization. That's it, not verified. Monetization. You could be a channel that is eligible for monetization, and then if you don't meet those requirements, then you can no longer be eligible anymore. So I try to like stay up on those just in case they switch something up on me and all of a sudden I can't get paid anymore. But with that being said, the average that I think, again, because I research and like to know this kind of stuff, the average that you get paid for a view is about 6 cents. 6 cents. Now, if you are, you know, like some of our favorite YouTubers, and you are getting 6 cents with 3 million, 1 million, 200,000 subscribers, then that might be a low coin for you. But if you are the average micro influencer, beginner YouTuber who is getting a couple hundred, if that maybe on your video, 6 cents times even 1,000 views. And again, this is over a certain period of time, is not a whole lot of money. And you don't get it like as soon as you get that many views, you don't like get a PayPal to your account. It's over a certain period of time. You have to hit like, I think $100 before you get a check. And I will tell you that I've been monetized for a very long time. And the way that they do the monetization and the pay period and the time, you could be monetized for over a year and never get a check just based on your views and the way it works. So it's really tricky. So again, all that is just to say, like, don't pay attention to the money, don't bank on the money. I feel like when you don't pay attention to the money or bank on the money is honestly probably when you're gonna see the money. My suggestion, so first of all, I'm gonna keep saying micro influencer a lot. What is a micro influencer? Essentially, most people define a micro influencer as anyone with, some places will say under 10,000 subscribers or followers on any platform. And then you'll see some places that say more like under 100,000 on any platform. By the way, I have this new setup and there's gonna be some makeup videos. Some places will say under 10,000, some say under 50,000. I usually say under 10,000, but essentially it just means literally what it sounds like. You guys know what influencers are. You are just a smaller influencer. You just have a smaller platform, but you are still an influencer and you're still valuable. Really quick, I'm gonna go ahead and knock the rest of these eyebrows out because I want to get into this topic and I'm like distracted with my brows. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with a little brow. I'm about to knock out these eyes real quick. We're going on a date tonight, so doing something, nothing too crazy, you know, keeping it a little simple. But okay, so micro influencer. So here's why we, not even you, here's why we matter as micro influencers. That's not the color that I wanted this to be. Okay, it's okay. We're gonna fix that real quick. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. So the reason that we matter on as micro influencers, yes, you may only have 3,000 followers. I'm gonna get into numbers, so get your calculator out, your notepad, because here's some numbers and some research, because I like numbers and I like facts. So as a micro influencer, you have less followers, subscribers, your audience may be smaller, but your engagement is higher, okay? So let's say you have 4,000 followers, subscribers, whatever it is on any platform, because all different platforms are valuable to different companies. Your engagement may be really good. Your engagement might be 11%, which I know sounds small, but your average influencer has even less. This is why you're important. So you have 4,000 followers. Your average engagement is about 11%. You get comments, you have likes, you have all these kind of things on your page. Once most people get to over 100,000, the average engagement for over 100,000 followers or subscribers is 2%. So your audience is more engaged, which probably means your audience is probably more responsive to what you're saying. They might buy into what you're saying more. They're more trusting of you. They look to you for recommendations more, and you're overall more valuable to your audience versus someone who has 300,000 followers, subscribers, half of whom are ghosts. The other half aren't your target market for the product you're trying to sell, etc., etc. It's about to get real marketing degree ish right there. Basically though, just know that just because you have a small following does not mean that you are not valuable to companies. It can often be the quite opposite, especially if you're a small page and like your engagement is booming. Like if you know that the people who are on your page and on your videos really love you and you're consistent with content and stuff like that, you're valuable, and that means a lot to people, and brands recognize that. Which gets me to how to get paid from YouTube. Now again, y'all, I am nobody's insert your millionaire influencer here. I just like to watch these videos a lot, and this is me preaching to the choir. This is definitely the pot calling you jet black, because half these things are things that I learned watching other videos that I myself still need to work on listening to and learning. I just want y'all to know this was not supposed to be a smoky eye look, and a little bit of panic is happening right now as I try to figure out what to do with this. But basically the way to get paid, or what I found in my experience personally, the most effective way to get paid from YouTube, or especially as a micro influencer, unless you want to rely on that 6 cents per view, is to work with brands and partnerships and collaborations and things like that with other brands. So I've done some, and I always mention ahead of time, I've done some brand partnerships, and this is when I was like, oh. So I made $40 from YouTube, but this is how you can actually make money with these brands that value you, because you have that engagement, because you're consistent, because they see that your audience likes to hear from you. That's how you make money. That's when I was like, okay, this makes sense. That's about finding what your audience likes and finding products that your audience responds to. And a lot of times you'll be so shocked that brands reach out to you. And also a lot of times you can Google and look up. Brands have on their website sometimes like sponsorship, ambassador programs, things like that, where you can sign up and you'll be reviewed and they can approve you to do these brand partnerships and these sponsorships. Sometimes it's affiliate links, which is when you click on my Ebates link, and when you use my Ebates, we both might get some kind of kickback or something of that sort, which you'll see a lot, and a lot of people do those. So sometimes it might be like that. So it's like, use code Malibu 404 to get whatever % off. So that may be one way that you can get paid, or it may be a brand outright paying you for a video. And I know that one thing a lot of people say or have said to me is like, oh, I'm just starting, so you know, I don't want to jump the gun. I was definitely afraid the first time I sent somebody an email like mentioning that I was charging, but I watched a video from, I think it was Glamazon Tay, who is a pretty big, she's one of my favorite YouTubers and a pretty big influencer, just on like what to charge and knowing your worth. And I was like, you know, girl, I do deserve my money. So I had to look at it, and the way she put it really made sense to me. Like, for instance, I may have a video on a product that's gotten thousands of views, even if it's just hundreds of views. Let's say this is a $100 product. Let's say this is hair. Y'all know bundles, we get up there. So say this is hair. Let's say you've convinced from your review of this hair 5 people, just 5. You got 150 views. Somewhere in those 5 people decided to use this hair company because of your video. They spent an average of $100 to $200 on these bundles because of your video and because you were so trustworthy and they like you. That company just made $1,000 off of you. 5 people watched your video, they went to buy these homecoming bundles, $200. The company just made $1,000 off of you. You don't think you... I don't think it's crazy for you to expect a little bit of that. If you worked in a store, or if you were a marketing agency and you worked off commissions and you got 5 people in this department store to spend that money, you would get a percentage of that. So I was like, okay, asking for $75 isn't crazy when they are getting, their products are double what I'm asking. One product is double what I'm asking for. That's not crazy. Now I will say, like, there's a site. I know you're like, well, how should I know how much to charge for this and that? There's a site that I'm gonna link below called Social Blue Book. Shout out to Glamazon Tay again, because I got this from her. It will basically help you evaluate what a post on YouTube or a dedicated upload on YouTube or a post on Instagram, etc. is worth on your page. That is super helpful. Like seeing, okay, so if I do an ad on Instagram that should be worth $40 can really help. Now, of course, you can kind of like tweak it to what you want. Sometimes I went below what they said. Sometimes I went above what they said. Sometimes I did it based on the company and what I felt, you know, that was worth, or, well, these videos I've done in the past have had this many views and this, that, so I think, you know, this is worth this for this company, whatever your preference of style may be. But just know, sites like Social Blue Book, and there's some other sites too, can help you figure out like what to charge, especially if it's a huge company. And despite what you might think, these companies have micro influencer budgets. Like they have budgets for this kind of thing. You see these trips that mega influencers go on, the way they have a budget for that kind of stuff, I promise y'all they have a little something for micro influencers. I'm gonna slap my lashes on because I have some tips and some stuff like that on how to help show your value to companies and stuff like that. So I'm gonna knock these lashes on and I'll be back to do a quick foundation and then we're out of here. Okay, well this has escalated quickly. Y'all, I promise, I think I'm gonna retire the 25mm lashes in 2020. I'm probably lying, but it's just getting real crazy. I mean, okay, so speaking of the lashes, like Dodo lashes, these are Dodo lashes D506. Of course, you know I have a discount code, Malibu Darby, save at checkout. That's an example of one of the first like brands I ever partnered with or worked with that does a commission based on your coupon code, and they really work with small like micro influencers. But I like researched and found them and loved their products already, and then I saw they had this like little ambassador program which is super micro influencer friendly, and now it's been over 2 years. I don't have primer on. Now it's been over 2 years since I've been working with them. Let me grab my primer. And I was honestly like flabbergasted when I first started working with them because I just didn't think my channel was big enough to like ever, you know, be worth something. But I see the orders that I get from their discount code, I'm like, oh, I'm making them money. Like, okay, I see it. So it's just seeing the value. And I definitely want to say like this video is not to discourage anybody from doing YouTube. If anything, I hope it encourages you to do YouTube and be confident in your channel. Like if you know that you're putting out, this is important, that you're putting out like quality content, or that you're engaging with people, or that you're putting effort into your channel, like that should be rewarded. And it's a creative passion and it's something that I enjoy doing, but like it is valuable and I think there is a skill to it. And I've seen some people with like small channels who their editing is crazy, like good crazy, and I'm just like, they are so consistent and that kind of thing. And I'm like, that should be rewarded. Like that's a big deal. So if anything, I want that to encourage people to either make their YouTube or keep doing your YouTube. And don't be afraid to reach out to these brands. I was just talking to, I was about to see my boyfriend, my husband. And I was just making a point of like, when you do these videos, you use your phone or your camera or whatever, you use your foundation, you do your makeup for these videos, just like $50 in makeup. You take time out of your day. Like you invest in making these videos, even if you don't feel like you're, oh, God forbid you go out and buy products. You go out and you test products. You pre-order stuff so you can have it for your video first. You like invest your time and you do all this stuff. And if I'm using my $50 foundation, I'm using my Saturday night to film. I am buying this $30 product, all this stuff, like just because I enjoy doing it and because I enjoy giving people my opinion. Don't be afraid to ask for $50 for a video. Like, know your worth and be confident in your worth and your value. And so what I was saying before I, went to put these lashes on is one way that I found really helpful to, I guess, show my value or to seem more professional or seem, like it's an investment that's worth it for companies is to, number one, you need to have a Gmail. Well, an email. I say Gmail because it's free. But for your page so that you can kind of like steer companies there. You can steer subscribers there. Any like business inquiries should go there. It shouldn't be going to your, you know, Darby at something undergraduate, like your college email. It shouldn't be going to that. It shouldn't be going to hot little mama 214. Like, it should go to, you know, the malibudarbyvlog at gmail.com. It should go to whatever your page name is. It should have a corresponding Gmail. Gmail is literally free, so I think it just shows that you took some extra space. You know, mega influencers have marketing and management and all that kind of stuff, but I think just having a Gmail or an email dedicated to your channel just helps professionalism. There are free signature sites where you can throw a cute little signature on there. You can have your picture on there. You can, you know, you could jazz it up and make it look nice. There free sites like Canva are going to be your best friend as far as like making yourself look professional in marketing. If you can't pay someone to make a logo, or you just want to make a quick logo, Canva actually has where you can create logos on their site. Logos, branding, YouTube banner for your page. You can make just different little things that'll help kind of give you a more polished look and just look like, you know, like you're really trying to create a cohesive brand and something that brands would want to represent them and align themselves with. At the end of the day, that's what they want. They want to align themselves with you and your audience money. So just making yourself, presenting yourself in an appealing way is important. Canva also has, and this is super important, Canva also has, I'm going to say stat sheets because I can't remember what I'm thinking right now. But they have, and I'll put like a little picture of mine over here. They have templates where you can basically put your analytics. So you can put a little picture, you can put a little about me, so brands, like a snapshot of what your page and your brand is about. So brands can see like, oh, okay, so Malibu Darby is a beauty and lifestyle vlogger focusing on blah, 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 blah. Like, you can just give them a little elevator pitch, if you will. More marketing coming out. You can give a little elevator pitch and just about you. It's also important to put on here your view time, how many hours you have watched. You can put where your audience is. Maybe you have a lot of audience in the US and you see a lot of audience in Nigeria. Put that, like, just put anything to help them get to know you, because what these brands aren't gonna do are go to your page and watch hours upon end of your video and try to figure out if you're right for their brand and their audience and their product. So having this is really good. And there are a lot of pages where you can get access to like emails or things where you could submit to, and you can submit like an email. There are templates to these online too. Don't be afraid to Google. That is just like, hi, such and such, this is blah, 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 and I would love to do a video on blah, blah, blah for your product. Basically pitching yourself to companies. So you can pitch yourself to companies via email. Put this little analytics report sheet in there. They get an idea of who you are. They kind of learn about your channel, and you may be surprised when you get an email back like, yeah, we'd actually love to send you a free pair of sunglasses to review for your channel, like that kind of thing. That's another thing too. You might not always be getting money, but you may be getting product. And for me, depending on what the product is, that's still valuable to me. If it's something I would use, like lashes, like, that's valuable to me. I have said no to stuff where I'm like, I don't want this electric massager, like whatever it is that I don't want that. And they are not open to a budget for paying for a video, then that's fine. You didn't lose anything. You didn't lose anything by saying no to someone because you want money, not a product. The same way you didn't lose anything taking a product, not money. If you want that product, then that makes sense for you. A lot of these people who do like these Fashion Nova videos and stuff, they get sent clothes, not money, but you got a whole new fall wardrobe. So, you know, it's a good trade-off. But making sure, like the Canva stuff, I promise you, go on Canva and just look at just different templates and stuff that they have. It's super duper helpful. That stat sheet has helped me a lot, and you'll actually kind of be impressed with yourself. Like, I'm looking like a little influencer, like 10,000 total views and 100,000 view hours and just all that kind of stuff. So having that is very helpful. There are pages on Facebook that are also helpful too. I know a lot of us are kind of Instagram and YouTube heavy, But there are some makeup pages on Facebook which are also really good for not only just networking with other YouTubers. You can find other people who have similar pages, and that's a really good way to grow your page. Engaging with other YouTubers and like makeup artists, stuff like that, is a really good way to grow your page, because I don't know about y'all, but I like watching other people's pages. And when a new product comes out, yes, I love seeing like my go-to girls review the product, but the person I know I can really trust is the regular old girl, which is, you know, that's me, the regular old girl who went and brought this product herself, and she has no reason to lie to me. She is not endorsed by them. This is like, she went to Ulta this morning and trying this foundation out, and we're trying it out together. So I like to watch those kind of videos. So going on like the Facebook pages and networking with those girls, we all want to grow. There's plenty of room for all of us to grow. So those are good places to meet other people, get ideas, learn about products, talk about products, and just kind of like network in YouTube. I feel like it's good to do, engage. I actually need to work on that, engaging on other people's pages and just kind of being consistent with that. But yes, so like I'm in makeup for Black women, and when I tell you like those girls are artists on that page, like that's one page that's really popping. And I'm giving this is advice for everyone, but y'all know I'm a Black micro influencer, and y'all know I really stand for Black women. So I have to do an added point to make sure I do say that I think this stuff is super important for Black micro influencers. You can easily find a lot of videos from mega influencers and some of my favorite girls about how hard it is in YouTube land for African American, particularly dark skinned women influencers, as far as like getting credit for stuff, feeling like you're getting paid the value that you're worth, not getting shortchanged. They're inviting influencers on trips, and everyone's getting paid except for, you know, the 4 dark skinned girl influencers, just stuff like that that can be discouraging. So I do want to say, like, you need to get your money. Like, yes, people can copy and people can do this and do that, but you can reach your audience. You might not feel like you are worth whatever amount, which is crazy because here you are, but they need your audience. They need the people that you can relate to, because they're creating all these products for us now, and all these things are in our skin tone and 60 shades and all that, but they can't reach your audience like we can. They don't have me to reach me, so they need you. So that's my rant on why you Black and need to get your money. But honestly, for real, I just think it's important to know like that you can ask for that and be comfortable asking for that. And I promise the first time I sent like that you have to pay me for this video, the first time I sent in a very professional manner, like, sure, my rates are as follows. And somebody said yes. I was like, what? I was shocked. Now this is not to say that I'm not out here doing most of my videos for free. Most of my videos are paid for by myself. I buy these products. I do this myself, which is why sometimes I'm like, girl, listen, I can't buy a whole new wardrobe to do this haul right now. So this is going to have to miss out on this one. That's why I didn't do the Jackie Ina palette, because girl, I wanted that palette so bad, but it came out right before the wedding and I just couldn't do it. So I do pay for most of my things. I'm still paying for most of my things. Most of my videos are not paid for or sponsored or affiliated or any of the above, but of course it's the goal and it's something I enjoy doing, and I only do it for products that I actually liked, and I only do it for companies that I actually enjoyed speaking with and conversing with. But I just think it's important to know, because I want to tell you, I've seen pages where like these girls are small pages, but the consistency, they are posting multiple times a week. The videos are on point. The editing is on point. The consistency is on point. The titles is on point. Personality is on point. And I'm like, dang, I hope she is like getting some money for this. And not to say that that's the only reason to do it again, but like, I know she got to be spending some time posting every other day, using all these new products. Like, this is worth something, and I hope that she's getting that. And I've seen a lot of pages who didn't have a lot of views at first, but they were so consistent. And then all of a sudden I go back and check, and like overnight, I'm like, she's blown up overnight, because Not just because you're going viral or doing something dumb. I don't believe in like, I'm not about to come on here and suddenly eat crab legs for y'all because that's what's hot. I'm not gonna do that. But I just think consistency and stuff, you might not be getting paid for it at first, but when you're consistent, I feel like in the end, all that stuff's gonna pay off. Your hard work is gonna be completely worth it. I'm about to throw my lip, and then I'm gonna come back and just wrap this up for you guys with the final look, and I'll be right back. Let me tell y'all something. I was really out here living on the edge, getting a leave out with this weave, okay? Okay, let me try to, okay. So, here we are. Hopefully this came out looking like something. This holding spray is drying in my hair. That won't let me be great, but that's neither here nor there. Hopefully you got something out of today's little chit chat, get ready with me. Hopefully what you got out of it is that you need to go to Canva. You need to make your analytics sheets. You need to make sure you have your logo together. You need to make sure you have your Gmail, and you need to get what you're worth. Hopefully you are like me and you're gonna try to set a consistent posting time and make sure you're focused. Hopefully you make videos because you enjoy them, and this just helped you figure out how you can help fund your passion and what you enjoy already. If you have any questions about micro influencing, I'm open book. If you have any questions about how much I've gotten paid, if I've gotten paid from YouTube, any questions like that, please feel free to leave those in the description box below. You'll be surprised how many people have the exact same question, so please leave that below. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any makeup questions, of course, always comment that and I will let you know what products that I used today. Let me know any videos that you want to see that you like, girl, where's my video? Let me know what you want to see, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Follow, like, subscribe.
What was the first word you said?
Follow, like, subscribe.
Okay.